and welcome to this week's Me Time, the employment newsroom, where I bring you local and regional employment market insights. I'm Suzy Howard. I'm one of the founders of ME Group, and we are employment market experts. Now, once again, we've seen a lift in hours worked and in advertised job vacancies, and that's across all sectors, according to the ABS. But it's also coming direct from the horse's mouth by the team here at MME and our contractor base. So that's really good news for everyone. Now, my market insight for this week, though it isn't such great news, it's about a client of mine who's out of work. Now, look, we've seen that flexibility, creativity, and the ability to embrace change really are the key attributes employers are calling for right now. And Sam's got it all, but she's getting knocked back, or rather, I should say, she's getting overlooked by some employers who are having to deal with, and some are reporting, over 1,000 applications for the one job. So I don't know how any business has the resources to process these kinds of volumes without overlooking the likes of Sam, unless they are professionals. So, especially when you're relying only on a resume and a cover letter that barely gives you a quarter of the picture into that person. And I'd say it's even, not even 10% of what I know about Sam now that I've met her. So my advice to those employers is to change your recruitment processes and methodology. We've had to, because it's been years since we've seen an environment like this. So, your brand reputation's on the line, as well as your staff turnover. And so my key suggestions, my tips really are to, firstly, prepare for the influx. So establish your resources. Make sure you've got people in place to be able to manage those kinds of volumes. Then I suggest creating a process which allows you to provide a relevant touch point for each application. So this is all about your brand engagement and reputation. I'd consider outsourcing part of the process, which takes the legwork potentially out of the screening process, or whichever part is most time consuming, leaves you with an easily managed long list if it's the screening side. I'd say reach out to your networks for referrals, because that's where you're going to get the insights, including recruitment partners. They've got the insights that you're not going to get from that CV. And I'd also suggest engaging a short-term contractor, or it's worth considering, to take the pressure off your team while you find that perfect long-term recruit. And then, potentially it's a try before you buy, win-win kind of approach. That person, you get the insight then into their employment. So look, I think, what you've got to be careful of is many people are applying for the wrong jobs for the wrong reasons. We're seeing it day in, day out. They're applying for the job because that's the job that's available, but they're not going to stick around when something better comes along. The market's rich with people like Sam, and you've got to make sure that they're right for you. So, cutting through to find them, it's a big job, and I wish you luck with it. But that's all from Me Time today. Looking forward to bringing you some Me Time next week. Take care of yourself. Bye.